Good afternoon, YouTube teacher man always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Vitamin Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Anyway, this is one of my next to last comparisons videos for this month, and I'm telling you, time has fly. I mean, we're already halfway through the year. I mean, you got to think about it. The year just started, and this is already June 28th. And in no more in a couple of days, it's going to be July, and that's the seventh of the month. So it's already we're halfway through the year. I tell you, time just flies. I mean, it used to be, it seems like when I was a kid, Christmases seemed like took forever, and birthdays seemed like came every 5 years. But now it seems like Christmas comes every other day, and birthdays every other week. But this is two ladies I picked for my comparison series, and they're not as well known. But this is why I like picking choosing female bodybuilders who are not well known. These are the type of ladies who are what you call who have the boots on the ground. These are the unsung heroes of the sport. The ladies that keep it going. We all talk about the superstars like the Andrea Shaws, the Margie V. Martins, the Hella Trevinos, the Alicia Youngs. But you forget these ladies who've been in the sport for quite some time, or those who just start in the sport, who keep it going. The true soldiers. Who keep 10 toes down. Now here I have one Miss Shawna Strong and one Miss Andrea Saurer, and their careers start in different points. One thing about Miss Strong is that she is a former United States Air Force officer. She is a vet in the United States Air Force, and like I said, I give respect to anybody in the military because, as I said before, I had family members in the military. I have a nephew still serving, and I have a niece that served. And like I said to Miss Strong, I like to thank you for your service. And Miss Sawyer, some of you might recognize her by another name as Rick Vixen. She recently competed last year in 2020. She did a couple of shows. She did the Savannah Pro, and also she did Chicago Pro. And these ladies are pretty impressive. Impressive physiques. These type of women that they get kind of swept under the rug because of you have so many strong competitors. Um, like I said again, the Margie V's and Hella Trevinos, and all alike that just get so much attention. But these ladies, they are to me, they're the real stars of sports, the unsung heroes, the ones that keep the sport going. Sometimes these are the ones that being there for a while. Now, like I said, they start at different points in the sport. I mean, and their backgrounds are yet different, but yet similar. And you got to really respect the women that come to the sport and commit themselves to it. You know, so let's start it here. Now here we have, they're both. This is pictures from the Chicago Pro, and this is from both different points. I think this is from 2018, 2017, and this is from last year with uh, Andrea. Now you can see the difference in their physiques. I think Shauna is much bigger. She's a much bigger. I think she's a pure, true bodybuilder. And Andrea, what I know about her, she started as, I think, a figure competitor. She might did physique for a little bit, but she is now a bodybuilder. She turned pro some time ago, and she debuted at the Savannah Pro, as I said earlier in the video. And you can see the difference in the physiques. Like I said, Charlotte is much more bigger, a little bulkier, while Andrea is a little more leaner. You can see she has more of the features I think the judges like. But when I think one thing she needs to do was she should have skipped 2020 and really focused on putting on some size for 2021. She could have been real. I think she would have done a little. I know the judges are looking for in the women's bodybuilding division more of the classic look, but that's what the purpose for was physique for, to bring back the classic look of women's bodybuilding. Women's bodybuilding should be evolving. You know. Now here is a starting pose as a front lat spread, and you can see shoulder wise, Shauna has, as you said again, she's much bigger. She has bigger shoulders, And Andrea, she kind of, she's doing the pose to, I think she's doing a tippy toe, where she's trying to get her look herself make her look a little bigger. But if you go by pure size, I gotta go with Shawna. Shawna has the more size to it when you do a lat spread. And lat spread is more of a muscular pose for female bodybuilding. That's why you don't see it in physique. And it's a good starting pose. So right here, I have to go with Shawna on this one. Now here we have a double front double bicep. And if you go by size, you go with Shauna. You go by definition and more tightness, you go with Andrea. And like I said, I had to go with Andrea on this one because she is a little more tight. I think one thing I said with Andrea, she does need to put on more size, especially around the legs. She has the more taper look that the judges like. But like I said, this is women's bodybuilding. You have to come in bigger because you're going to come with girls who are going to be a lot larger. And she did pretty good, I think, at the Chicago Pro. I think she made the top 5, I believe, if I remember. And Shauna here, not as good as she should, but she can get better. Now here we have a side chest. And the side chest is not just the detailing of the biceps, but also the pectoral development. And I got a problem with this one is with Shauna's posing shoot. Shauna does not something like this gets in the way of looking at the pectoral development. That type of top where it crosses in front of the chest, you don't really see the pecs as good. You see the side boob, but Andrea has a typical posing suit where you do see a pectoral development, and this is what I like about both these ladies. This is you don't put me to the fire on this one. This is the guidelines that all female bodybuilders should do. Get breast implants between something like this between either a a small D or a large C. Too many women are going like borderline triple double D and higher. No, what that does is it really pushes the pectorals. You'll really like depending where you put the implants under, either over or under. It really just kind of obscures kind of just obscures the pectoral development. You don't see the pecs as good, but if you get smaller implants, you see the pectoral development better. This is just my opinion. I think most female bodybuilders should get smaller implants if you're going to do implants. If not, more than a mouthful is a waste, as they say. Now here we have is rear lat spread, and right here I think Andrea has the better lat spread compared to even though Shauna has the size, Andrea does have the better lat spread. And truthfully, I can see the more detail in her back. And the thing about Shawna, she has that tattoo on her upper right shoulder. And often like this, tattoos. I'm not a big fan of tattoos. You know, I respect your choice of having them. That's your style, you like. But I know that Andrew has tattoos. But sometimes if you put them in the right place, they don't get to the way, and they don't get in too much of the way detailing the muscle. That's all right. But sometimes they can get in the way. But right here, I would give this one to Andrea when it comes to the rear lat spread. And here we have is a rear double. And where is how when you do the rear double pose, you're really pulling that muscle, trying to pull that muscle out. It pops out better. But here, I have to give it to Andrea. Andrea looks a lot more tighter compared to Shauna. It just, I think, even though Andrea still has to work on her size, her definition is a little better. She's a lot tighter. And I think last year she should have did what she should have skipped 2020. I said again, she should have skipped 2020 and work on more development on size. She needs, like I said, her legs need to come in a little better. And, like I said, Shauna, you can see how much bigger her calves is, and her quads. You can see how much bigger Shauna is in the lower half. Andrea just need to bring that in, and she can really be a contender for. Maybe she's doing it this year, or I think she should sit out this year too. I think if Andrea's smart, sit out 2021 and come back in 2022. Now here we have is a tricep, and here we go with Shauna. Shauna has the size. You can see how more detailed is the tricep. Andrea is a little smaller, and I know it's like Andrea should, Andrea could have competed as physique, but she decided to do bodybuilding. I respect that. She chose a sport that a lot of women are not want to do because they feel like, nah, I don't want to do bodybuilding because I don't want to give my femininity, yada yada yada. But she chooses to be bodybuilder, and I respect that. That's the sign of where you know what I want to go to sport where I could be a star at. Everybody's going to physique. Physique is kind of I think physique is crowded. It's a bit crowded over there. So it's an opportunity to be a star, maybe become an Olympian. Take it, run with it. But right here, I have to give this one to Shawna when it comes down to tricep. Now we have here's the abdominals. As you know, I love the abs. Abs is the centerpiece of a great physique. A great set of abs makes a great physique. And here I have to give here's this one to Andrea. Andrea has the better abs. Shauna not as much as well. I think if it's all issues with to you abs is about genetics sometimes. Like somebody like Roxanne Edwards, Bonnie Priest, some other female bodybuilders who have great abs, but some female bodybuilders don't always have it. Sometimes it always depends on if you were overweight, if you had children. That's the effects, how your cell wall is. But I think Andrea, she's being a little more. Andrea being a little smaller, a little leaner. She's gonna have great abs. But once she gets her size in, put her physique together, and she still has some great abs, she'll have a great physique. So that's why I say I'm gonna give the abs to Andrea. Here we have is a bicep shot, and automatically I give this one to Shauna. Shauna has the size. You know, definition wise, I give the slight edge to Andrea. Size wise, I have to give to Shauna. Shauna has the size. That's why her name is Shauna Strong. She is strong. Now here we have the glutes. And this is where we go. Shall I be biased or balanced? Shall I go with Shauna's round, nice glutes, or shall I go with Andrea's tight glutes? And that's the thing. That's the thing. When I talk about bias versus balance bias is mean something I like. Balance is something I should do. And I think I might go towards the balance. I say I'm going to go with Andrea on this one. Andrea got a nice set of tight glutes. I think I go with Andrea over Shauna. But Shauna got a nice. Ooh, doesn't she could probably crush it, us with those glutes. But both these ladies are amazing competitors, and like I said, they're unsung in the sport. These are women who need a lot more attention because they get swept under the rug by the more well known women, the stars, the women who get more attention. But it's just you have to really bring your A game when you compete with at the top level. Especially in the sport of bodybuilding, when you have to compete with the likes of the Iris Kyles, the Linda Murrays, the Margie V. Martins, the Lena Pupas, Hella Trevinos, Jay Fuchs, and the rest of them. But these women need a lot more attention. And like I said again, these are the ones that are who have boots on the ground, 10 toes down. And like I said I have my respects to big respects to Shauna Strong being her service in the military, and also I found out about Shauna. She's a big comic fan. I she does Comic Cons. Also, there's a video of her dressed as the Green Lantern working out, and that's funny. That's fun. I mean, there's a lot of female bodybuilders who's into the comic thing. One thing I would love to do if I could, I would love to do like kind of like a modeling agency and hiring female bodybuilders to do Comic Cons, something like that, and cosplay. That's getting very popular in the last few years. There's a lot of bodybuilders who do it. Now, um, as you know, like I said again, Andrea is Rick's is also the character as Rick Vixen. She hangs out with I knew it because I follow Hello Trevino, and that's how I got to know Andrea Sawyer, and I think she's a pretty cool character. She does some sessions, she does videos and stuff, and I even has make comments about her on social media. I like to even talk to these ladies. I like to do interviews with them someday if it's possible. If they have time. I know they're busy. I know I see Shawna, she's on social media. She's on IG. She talks about healthy dieting, eating. I'm not sure she's gonna be competing this year. I don't know. Sometimes these ladies take some time off. Sometimes they say just be done with competitions, but they still live the life. They still follow the health guidelines. They still work out. They still dieting. They even help other people train and prep for the season. And I know Andrea, she still works out. She used to work out a lot with Hella Trevino. And I think she's getting ready. I'm not sure what show she's doing. She might try to do the show that's coming up in July. I think that's the Norfolk, the I think the Norfolk, the Omaha, and the Tampa. I think those are all coming up in July. One or two of those three shows that are coming up. I remember somebody told me that the Savannah's gonna be in August, and I think some other shows are gonna come up in September. But these are great ladies. I mean, unsung heroes of the sport. They need a lot more attention. They should get, but it's just a lot of them get swept under the rug because everybody be focused on some of the bigger stars. But I like to give them attention. They need to get attention. And I love to support them. Like I said, I'm gonna put their social media stuff in the description. Reach out to them. Ask them some questions, how they got in the sport, how they feel about how the sport is going. Just be curious about them. And here's I said again, be polite, be cordial, and don't be weird. And also, no D pics. Often, women don't want to see something that looks like a noodle. Don't send your pictures of you sitting in your chair naked or something like that, fellas. Just ask them questions, say hi, talk to them like you talk like any other woman. They are women. They're athletes. They're women. They're wives. They're mothers. Just have respect for these ladies. That's all they want, especially in this sport where they get a lot of disrespect. Female bodies get a lot of disrespect, especially from the regular Tom, Dick, and Harry. Anyway, this is me all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Man Talk. Don't like, subscribe, don't subscribe. I'm out.